right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Neal and Neal podcast. I'm Neil Ewing with my co-host Neil Kaufman. If you want to help the show,
cough man.
yes. If you want to help the show, just remember hit that like button, subscribe. So let's get to it.
Yes,
How's your week been, man? So
it's better than last week.
oh
I
god,
apologize for last week. Had a lot of gunk up in the head, and
Yes.
I took a Sudafed. Like I'd been taking Sudafed when I was sick.
Mhm.
Sudafed for the head, Mucinex for the chest.
okay.
That's my rule of thumb for a guy who has had pneumonia like 6 times.
Oh my god.
So yeah, and the other day I was feeling a little bit. Took a Sudafed.
Mhm.
Actually, I stole one out of a coworker's desk. She's got a pharmacy. It's fine. It's
okay.
fine. And yeah, and then next thing I knew, I could just feel it starting to come out,
Oh
and
my
I feel
goodness.
good.
All right.
Feel better.
Man, that last week was weird for me
Yeah,
too.
you
Like
had
it seems like everybody around me is getting sick. You had your whole thing, basically had
Yes.
pneumonia.
just got sick.
Jess got sick. Then two friends of mine had some awful shit happen. One friend of mine had cancer a while back, went into remission, but everything. But now all the side effects of it, now they have to go in and have basically ass surgery because they're having all sorts of crazy issues. Yeah.
They have colon cancer.
No, it's not colon cancer. Had regular, like, whatever, like some leukemia or some whatever, cancer or whatever.
Oh.
That's done. But the medication of which is like messing their skin up, and now it's messing
Oh.
their ass up, and now they got to go in and get some sort of like colon surgery because it's fucking up some stuff back there. Then, after all this happens, another friend of mine, been dating this girl for a while, really loves her. She's got a 3-year-old
You've
daughter.
been dating?
No. I said friend of mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, this
Don't
is
tell
going
Sandy.
Up. This is up on YouTube. She gonna see this.
But another friend of mine, he's been dating this girl for a
Okay.
while. She's got a 3-year-old daughter. Find out she's got a mass in her abdomen, tumor size of her heart. They can't operate. Yeah.
What?
Yes, they can't operate because it's near all her vital. Then they find more tumors on her lymph nodes. So they got to go in and pull all that out.
Damn.
Hold on.
So what are they gonna do with the one in the stomach that they just?
They got to do chemo till it goes down.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah. So I gave them
Heart's like
yeah,
about the size of your fist?
3-year-old, so probably about the size of.
Oh, the 3-year-old had. I thought you were saying that the girl he was.
No, the 3-year-old has it.
Damn.
Yeah. So I gave him our friend's number because
Yeah.
she went
Yeah.
through the whole thing. So I'm gonna give her because that's a whole other. And at the same time, all of this is happening. My dad started.
Yeah.
Dad starts having his health issues. So he's 2.5 months ago got a new kidney.
Right.
But because of the drugs that he's on, his immune system's suppressed. So he runs a fever for like 3 days. And they're like, "This is not good. Let's just go ahead and go to the ER, figure out what's going on." No, so he's in the ER. They can't figure out why he's running a fever. They're giving transplant people. They can't figure out what's going on. Then runs into he's had this fever now at one point 8 days, which can't be good for you. And then right as this happened, like on the 8th or 9th day, now all of a sudden, boom, he starts getting worse. Organs start failing. Like doctors are like, we don't know what's going on. We think it might be this, what they call like adenovirus, which is basically like the common cold, but since
It's just
if he
fucking
knows-
him up.
exactly. So I mean, they put him on a ventilator. They start taking him they put a pump in his heart. They put him back on dialysis
Because obviously, if
continuously.
they didn't know what it was, it's not COVID. It was just
Just a regular old run of the mill cold that just was messing him up.
And that's what it's the thing is people have been getting, or like around us have been getting sick. Like I've
really
got
sick.
so the coworker I stole the drugs from, she's out sick with kind of the same shit I had, the same
Oh.
shit that Jess had, and it's like, but none of us were positive for COVID.
Yeah, none of these people have. Everybody's been vaccinated.
Yep.
Here's the good thing. Don't want to leave it off like hanging like that.
Oh yeah.
I go down to Houston. I'm fearing the worst because I'm in my head. I'm like, what the fuck? Because we was on dialysis 5.5 years, and then they say when you get a new kidney that most of the time, if you eat well, keep up with it, don't
Right.
really wreck it, you get at least a good 10, 15 years out of that kidney. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what the shit?
What?
He just gets his kidney,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden this
because
happens.
he had two bad kidneys, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
both
both
of
of
them
them. So
went.
he's got one.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
one good one.
my grandmother was like that. She had one.
Yeah,
And honestly, I think that was 10, 15 years. She rode that sucker out until she
yeah,
was 80 something.
yeah.
So
That's the plan.
yeah,
That's usually the plan, and life kind of looked at him and was like, nah, bro.
nah, bro.
But
You got one more tribulation to go
yeah,
through,
dude,
and then hopefully we're
oh
out of the
yeah,
woods with that.
oh yeah. I was able to see him. The day I saw him, he was responding better. They were taking the because I think they put a pump in his heart because his heart wasn't beating
Yeah,
well. So they took it out the day I was able to see him. They're starting to wean him off dialysis, so he's all good. He's just got to do some therapy and stuff because basically he's been laid up in the hospital for 2 weeks now
right.
doing nothing.
Yeah,
So he's got to get all his strength back, but he is back on the
yeah,
positive. But it's just like this past week and a half, it's like everybody around me has just been having just terrible, sickly shit happening. So
that
I don't know
see
what's going on.
that's I know I said this before. I lied to our 5 viewers that watched it, but I'm next Monday.
Mhm.
I'm back just to working out. Like I've got this done. The project I've been working on, that's done. So I'm back
I'm
because
gonna have to consult with Maury because Neal said it was bulking season. The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
that was a lie. That was a lie. So okay, I will make my best attempt this Monday is when I'm gonna start back because when I was in shape, never got sick. Like was
Okay.
never sick, never even felt bad. Like there's some days I just don't feel good.
Yeah.
But then you start working out, it's like you fall asleep better.
Yeah.
You s- you fall asleep faster and better, and then you wake up and you don't feel like, ugh, I
Yeah.
want to go back to bed.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But now every now and then though, I'm like, yeah, let's
Unless you're around kids, because
no.
wasn't getting sick very often until I started teaching kids. Sorry, that hit me out of
Technical
nowhere.
difficulties. The mic had a little static on it.
It wasn't until I started teaching kids jujitsu, and then those kids, it's just
Yeah.
they're coughing, snots everywhere. So it's like
Uh,
every couple of weeks, I'm just like, I got another cold. Oh, I got another cold. So it's other than that, that's yeah, it's
yeah, because and speaking of kids, you were talking about your friend whose girl's 3-year-old kid. Could you imagine trying to like whatever happened, right? And trying to start dating at our age and just you're not gonna not find
good
a
luck
girl
fun.
around our age without a kid.
Yeah, and if she doesn't have kid, oh, either kids or at least been married one time. You're running in one of the
Couldn't
two or
imagine.
both.
Cause see me, look, I'm selfish. I get it. I don't want kids. But if something happened and I did start dating a girl and I'm like, yeah, I really like her. I want to be here for the kid. The kid starts seeing, especially at that age.
Yeah.
How long he had been? How long had your friend been dating this girl?
I think maybe I think close to a year or
So
so.
probably long enough for the kid to. I mean,
The kid's attached.
that's a third of his life.
Yeah.
So he's attached to the guy,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden that something like that happened. I just, bro,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah. Yeah.
man.
Not
So
fun.
what you're saying is I'm not gonna be playing Monster Hunter. I'm gonna have gotcha. Okay, I was just checking. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
that's fine. I can't do it, but so you teaching kids like kids are what age 8 to 12,
I teach
15?
so the program, so we have two kids classes. We have
Yeah,
little champs and we have junior champs. Little champs I think are from 3 to about maybe 6 years old. And then we have junior champ
hold on. What can you teach a 3-year-old?
you'd be surprised. I mean, it's basically getting them. It's just
And is that really
it's
something you're like, okay, so you're 3, then you go to what, kindergarten at 5, you've been doing jujitsu for 2 years, and you just go to kindergarten and just pick the biggest motherfucker
oh
and
yeah,
just
we got 6-year-olds. You'd be surprised. Like teach them little passes. They're not wrestling. They wrestle a little bit because kids are gonna wrestle naturally, and so
I
you
could
get
just
them in there
picture
burning
it.
off energy, and
Yeah.
you'd be surprised what they learn and pick up.
I just picture it like what 5-year-old soccer. It's just
It's like herding
It's
cats.
just it's just a clump of kids kicking the ball around. Like, is it just a bunch of kids on the mat just rolling around and throwing at each other?
Sometimes. Because you're trying to teach them
Yeah,
techniques, and sometimes they pick up some, they don't pick up others. They learn the names of some, but they
they
get
want
it.
juice box and cookie.
Yeah, I mean, they want to play, and so we got little games and
Yeah,
stuff too. We'll do like, and kids, especially boys, they like
yeah,
wrestling, and
yeah.
even there's a few little girls in there. They like wrestling each other too, so it's good.
They just know they never run out of energy, do they?
No, not at all.
And then your dog tired by the end of it, right? You're just like,
So,
fuck.
well, it's 3 to 6, and then we got I think
Oh,
7
okay.
to 13 for the junior champs.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
So
those
13's the cap on the classes that
yeah,
you.
once they hit
Yeah.
14, then they can start going to the adult classes.
Yeah, because you be and man, who was that? When we were at Kamehacon,
Oh,
and that kid we were talking to. I after talking to him, I think he was about 15.
oh,
Probably right,
he was the biggest Cleveland junior I've ever seen.
man.
He was a Cleveland
He
junior.
was, but he was 6'5", probably.
Close to it.
I mean, he towered over the both of
He was
us.
probably 6'5", pushing at a minimum
No,
3 bills maybe.
You better put a 3 at the beginning of
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna
He
say 290, but then I was like 3 bills.
No, he's 320. I was guessing around 320. His
Big boy.
foot, yeah. I mean, it looked like he was. I would say he probably had on a 16 size shoe because I was like, and it looked like the meat was popping out of the sides of it. But when we talked to him, I go, "This is a kid.
Yeah. Oh, so
This is a kid."
no, okay.
Could you imagine that big motherfucker coming in your class and be like, "I want you to teach me how to roll on the floor."
So you missed it though, because I think we were standing in line behind this kid. You walked off to go do something,
Uh-huh.
and as soon as you walked off, he turns around. And he goes, "So, have you guys yet?" Because he looks like a grown man, and
That
so
was a grown
and then he
man.
just
That
had
was a grown man. Like,
and he just has a soft voice. I'm sitting there talking to him, and it was like, so if you had a superpower,
no, I
if you
was
were a
there.
superhero, and he starts asking me these questions. I'm just confused. And in the back of my head, I'm like, "Did your mom drop you off up here?" 'Cause I'm
You know
just
damn good and well she did.
I was like, "You did not drive yourself
And
here, did you?"
he was by himself, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, that mom is like,
She's like, "I'm not taking."
who the fuck's gonna kidnap him?
That's true. That's true.
Who was it that said you think fat kids get kidnapped? I think it
When was the last? I don't think I've
I
ever
think
heard
it
about a
was
fat kid
I
getting
think it was
kidnapped.
Dion Cole who on his last, I think I might be wrong, but I thought it was on his last stand up
That's true.
that he said, you ever think fat kids get kidnapped?
No.
Get your big ass in the car.
Yes.
No, you not kidnapping no 6'5", 320-pound
It's
anything.
it's only tiny kids. So hey, if you ever had kids and you want screw all like give them the cell phone, having the GPS on the kid, just feed the shit out of them. That is a natural deterrent. Because nobody wants to drag a 200-pound 8-year-old around.
No.
It's always these tiny kids that get kidnapped because they're tiny and portable. You just pick them up,
Yeah.
throw them. Yeah. So, people,
Make
protect
your
your
kids
kids.
fat.
Make your kids fat. Screw. Yeah, they say that obesity amongst kids is an epidemic. But how many of these kids are getting kidnapped?
Get
Kidnappings are down. I'm just saying.
gallon.
Obesity goes up in kids. Kidnapping goes down.
Just make sure they drink a gallon of Kool-Aid a day.
There you go.
The low calorie though. Yeah, the low
Diet
calorie.
Kool-Aid.
What is it?
Oh my
It's
God.
low calorie, but it has 24 grams of sugar per 8 ounce. I don't remember what it was, but it's
But actually, I'm kind of surprised I didn't get diabetes as a kid because
yeah.
me and my brothers would go through a gallon of Kool-Aid a day, every day, for the majority of my life growing up. Like it
Think-
was mandatory that every day with dinner, it was somebody's turn to
Yeah,
make
to make
Kool-Aid.
the Kool-Aid. Yeah. Let me ask you. So when growing up, because shit, we got Kool-Aid as poor people trailer park drink. We got Kool-Aid. We had all of it. I just didn't know to just stick with red. Like it was the tropical punch. My mom would get all the weird shit, and I'm like, just buy the blue one. That's red.
So
That don't make sense, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
get the blue package that's red, you'd be like, I know exactly which one that is.
absolutely.
But when I always felt like when mom brought home Hawaiian Punch, that was like a special.
Oh
because
shit.
it would
She
be
went
like
out. She got
she'd get it would be on sale,
ah.
and she'd get the Hawaiian Punch. I'm like, oh, Yeah, because I always felt like Hawaiian Punch was a step up from like Kool-Aid was a normal drink, special occasion you'd get the Hawaiian Punch. Like
See,
birthdays would be Hawaiian Punch.
for us, it was sweet tea. So there's the
Oh no, we always had
no,
sweet
but
tea.
see, it was the sweet tea you got in the jug with I think with the blue cap. I can't remember the name because here's what
Blue
it was.
Diamond.
Yeah, it was Blue Diamond.
Blue
So
Diamond tea.
yes,
Yeah.
so here's what it was. Kool-Aid was for us. The Blue Diamond sweet tea was for my parents, and it was always y'all make some Kool-Aid. Don't touch my fucking tea. Like there better not be no tea, and then nobody better be touching that tea.
Yeah,
But
see, I think because
or orange juice.
yeah.
Don't touch the tea or the orange juice. That was strictly for my parents.
Okay. So 2 things on that one then. One, I don't know, maybe it's because it's my mom's white Southern Baptist woman from Kaufman. She always made sweet tea. Nana or mom
Okay.
would always
See,
brew and make the sweet tea.
so
Always
we
had
would make
sweet
our
tea.
own sweet tea, but
But
the
if they
special was blue. If you
was
got
the
Blue Diamond,
don't.
that
But
that wasn't for the kids.
I liked home brewed tea better than Blue
But
Diamond.
see, we would just get fill it up, drop those Lipton tea bags in,
Yeah.
throw some sugar, bake it up. That's for y'all. Blue Diamonds for us.
Okay.
That
And
was that
then
was my parents.
and see, I like out of the juices, orange juice. I like orange juice better than apple juice, grape juice. And my grandmother knew that I didn't really like apple juice, so she'd have the Mott's apple juice,
Okay.
and then for orange juice, she'd give me that Tampico shit.
No, she got you orange drink.
She
She didn't get you
orange
orange
drink.
juice.
Or what? Yeah, it was.
If it was
orange.
Tampico, that was not
Is that
juice.
is that what it was called? I think it was called orange drink.
I want to say it was orange drink.
Tampico.
I remember one of the craziest things. I remember my stepdad thought my younger brother was sneaking around and drinking his orange juice. So he's like, I'm gonna set his ass up. So he waits till it gets down to just a little bit. And what he does, he takes a bunch of pickle juice and Tabasco and puts it like all in there. He just lets it sit and just waits for the day when my brother decides to try to sneak some in. And his dumb I remember hearing in the distance, it would be like, like, and it was like, ugh. And I just hear him pour it out and just set his cup down and walk. Because he's young and not smart enough to realize that just dumping it out, you got to wash it out because they're still going to have that little orange juice ring in the bottom of your cup.
Yeah.
And so he goes down and he checks it and he's just like, you been drinking my orange juice? No. Okay. How was it?
Okay.
He's just like, I wasn't drinking it.
I wasn't drinking it.
He
Pickle
might,
juice, Tabasco, orange juice.
they were just sweating. Face is kind of just like, oh, he just tasted something
Man,
nasty.
I can't even imagine orange juice, pickle juice, and Tabasco.
Yes, and his dumbass didn't even smell it because when I opened it and it just hits you, you're like, oh god.
I mean, if I know orange juice is not past expiration, I'll shake it and then just pour it. I don't think I smell orange juice.
Yeah, but you would think you would smell it as you're drinking because when you putting the cup up to drink it, you would think you would smell it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if I poured it yeah. How did he not smell the This was your
Younger brother.
youngest?
Yeah, the one that's in Houston, the cop.
Eric?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all ain't doing that shit to him now.
No.
He'll beat your ass and then arrest you. so, so I'm gonna give DoorDash one more time, just one more chance.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What's DoorDash been fucking up on you?
Man. Well, no, it wasn't so much DoorDash, but I'd had some missing items from the food. Don't put that on the driver. They ain't got shit to do with that.
Yeah.
But I've been the last 2 or 3 times I've been getting your driver is finishing up a second order and will be there shortly.
Mhm.
And it's taken like an hour and 15 minutes to get my food. And the last 2 times it's just been soggy done. It's like, what the fuck? So then the other night, I was craving Italian, ordered some Italian from DoorDash, ordered it at 6:45, I think.
Mhm.
At 8:45, it said that she was still dropping off. Like, it was weird. So it went to the restaurant and then she idled there for almost 20, 25 minutes.
I've had that. So I've done Uber Eats and I've
Yeah.
had it, and it's oh, you have no idea how much it pisses you off. It pisses you off because sometimes you'll show up to the restaurant, you'll get it, drop off an order, and then go to straight to the restaurant. So it's been about 10 minutes since you've gotten
Right.
the order come through. So you're thinking, all right, they should be finishing up. You get there and they're just starting on the
Yeah, they're
order,
just
and you're just
starting.
like,
So
fuck.
I gave her that. I thought, okay, fine. Then she went. So the route was kind of west and then north,
Mhm.
but she went west and then south, and
Uh,
it just. I guess she went home.
No. So here's what I have found from talking to other when I first started doing Uber Eats, talking to the few other folks out there. And what will end up happening is some people will have DoorDash and Uber Eats up, and they'll just run them both and take orders off
No,
of
but
both.
it didn't move. She didn't move for 45 minutes, and then I called DoorDash. This was 2 hours later after I'd placed the order. So I'm on the phone with DoorDash, and of course, the girl.
No, I'm telling you, here's what happened. She had 2 orders, or had Uber. She was probably running Uber and DoorDash. Had your DoorDash order, probably picked up an Uber Eats, went down there, was waiting on to get that food because there's some where it's a ton of money if you go down there and you order it, then you get the food and then you deliver it. So if she took an Uber Eats order where she had to go order the food, that's what she was. So she had your order,
Yeah.
went and did the Uber Eats one, then probably delivered that one, then
But
brought you
no,
yours.
she left the first destination, came down, and then she never moved for 45 minutes.
Guarantee you she was ordering something else.
But I called DoorDash and was like, "Where's my food?" And she goes, "Well, we yeah, we see that this driver, it's been hard with getting communication from her." And I'm like, "Then fucking fire her ass. Don't
You
let her
can't fire.
drive for
You
you."
can't fire her though.
Well, don't let her be a driver. Like, you can
Yeah.
revoke
Oh,
the.
that's true.
So then she says, "Well, it says she's dropping off another order." And I'm like, "Lady, I ordered the food 2 hours ago. How much fucking longer do I need to wait?" So 9:30 finally rolls around,
That's just wrong.
and
She's fucking up.
then it just said, "Sorry, there was a problem with delivering your order. It's been canceled." Yeah, she never even brought it. That's why I think she went home and just said, "Fuck it," and forgot that she had my food in her car or whatever it was. But then
Oh,
DoorDash ended up giving me credits and my money back. So
okay.
I was like, "All right," but I was still hungry.
That's shitty.
Yeah. So that's what I was
That's
like. She
so
never.
shitty.
I was like, "No, she never delivered it. She never brought it to me."
Oh, I thought she at least brought it to you.
No, never got it. Never even got the food. I had to drive over to Jack and Box instead.
Fuck.
Ordered from the same place the next day though, and finally got my Italian fix for free. 'Cause
Was it the 2 Italian guys or Italian
I
brothers or
don't
whatever it was?
remember what it was from. Hold on, let me see.
Because I know there's a place not far from here that's
I
like
think
this bomb Italian spot. I think it's over off of like Webb Chapel.
Mimi's or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Um, anyway,
Eh,
I'll pull it up. Been watching any of the Olympic stuff?
I've been watching a little bit.
Momo's pasta.
Oh, okay, yeah, that place.
Yeah.
Um, I've been watching some. I've been watching some track stuff. A little bit of the gymnastics. I guess let's get this out of the way. You know, everybody kind of jumped on Simone Biles. So some people were getting pissed. Some people were like, "Oh my god, she's so brave." I guess my thought was, I don't give a shit. I was just like, "Look, she's she's what been to 2 Olympics. This is like her 3rd Olympics.
Is it her third? I can't
I think
remember.
this is like her 3rd Olympics. She's won God knows how many world championships. So I was like, she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. And there's I saw some shit online where people are like, you know, you're letting the team down, or like, look, you accepted all this pressure when, you're wearing your goat slippers and you're doing all this, and this is like everybody worked so hard for these 4 years. You need to nut up, and I was like,
Like,
you can all
fuck
fuck.
off, dudes. Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, she can wear goat slippers because she is. I think doesn't she have the most winning medals of all any Olympian
It's either her or Phelps,
or
I would
Phelps?
assume.
Yeah.
It's one of the 2. If she's not all time, she's like a close second, I would assume.
I was
Definitely best gymnast.
yeah.
S
I was seeing shit like way to let your country down and all this other stuff, and I'm going, fuck off.
Yeah, and then I guess my thing is like, none of you gave a shit what she was going through until the Olympics. She's been under so much pressure. Just like it's not just Olympics. She's like all this pressure in world championships just to even get there and all this stuff. And it was like, on top of that, you don't know what the fuck she's going through. It could be
No,
family shit. She could just be like, I'm about to have a mental fucking breakdown and go through. And I was like, dude. And on top of that, that's why they bring fucking alternates. Like that's why you bring extra people. So if one person for whatever reason can't go, you
yeah,
got somebody waiting. And you see she won a medal. So
hmm
but Biles dropped out. Old girl still won a medal. And then Biles said, good for her. She was like, hey, my favorite sport, my favorite event, I guess, was the balance beam. She did that today, and I think she got third. She got bronze, which is fine.
I saw all I saw was that she got something in bronze.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, whatever. She still got a medal. Like, they still like, all right, the US didn't win the gold for like the first time in what, 5 Olympics or some shit? You know,
Yeah,
like who cares?
it
It's not
yeah. I mean, it's just like she we don't know what she's going through. She could she could have been so depressed. I don't know.
she
I'm just
wouldn't
saying
be the first athlete to be that great and that depressed.
yeah, I mean, we don't know. She could have had suicidal thoughts. She could have had like severe depression, whatever it could to the point where if she got up there from somebody who knows about depression, she could have hurt herself
Yeah,
because she's not in the right state of mind.
yeah.
That is like they're
Gymnastics is
yeah, it's
dangerous as
dangerous as
shit.
shit. I mean, I have seen I had a friend whose ankles exploded on that what's the big mat that they do all the freestyle shit
Oh,
on it?
the floor exercise?
Yeah, and he was doing some kind of double flip half quarter, I don't know, and when he landed, bam, it just blew
Oh,
just and I'm not talking a little bit, like, it broke
oh,
his ankles, literally snapped.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, shit, she let's say she gets on the uneven bar, she's not in the right
and
headspace,
she's uneven, and
and
she
she
yeah.
does she does one of those moves where they doing the flips and let go.
Mhm,
She misses that, like, she misses that bar, she's coming down on her face or on her chest or
yeah.
something like shit. Yeah, let's say she was on the balance beam. She's doing flips on the balance beam. That's a hard thing to fall on.
Any of that shit
Yeah.
is you
So
can tear, rip, shred, bust,
if you're not in the
bruise.
right mental state and it's something that you could get seriously hurt on, just don't fucking do it.
She doesn't
And
owe
she's got nothing to
anybody
prove
anything.
at all.
She didn't have anything to prove, and she doesn't owe anybody anything.
Yeah.
She could flip everybody off and walk the fuck
Yeah.
off and be like, "Go fuck yourselves. I don't care what you think about me." And nobody needs to be harassing her anyway.
Yeah. I guess I just don't like the only thing that irritated me about it was everybody like, "Oh my god, you're so." I'm getting tired of people talking about how brave everybody is. It's so fucking annoying. Not everybody is brave
Es-
for shit that they do. Like it's
Especially when they probably don't have a remote clue of what's really going on with her.
yes. Oh
She's
yeah.
just being honest. And I think it is a brave thing, but shut the fuck up. I don't care
It's
that you're talking like
just because somebody does something brave doesn't mean you have to sit there and celebrate to everybody.
well,
It's like she told everybody, fuck off. All right, it is what it
well,
is.
Anthony Jeselnik said it the best at the end of Fire in the Maternity Ward. I think it was Fire, or maybe it was the
I
last
love that name.
special. Yeah. So he said, so when a world tragedy happens, he always tweets something that rubs people the wrong way.
Like
But
Ari,
yeah, well, not as
not the
bad as
Ari
I
level.
don't. Well, Ari topped it with the Kobe thing.
But see, he had done it with Anthony Bourdain. He had done it with Kenny Rogers.
But you fucked with what did Godfrey say? You fucked with the wrong celebrity
That's true. Yeah,
or man or
he
whatever
didn't
he
quite
said.
understand how iconic Kobe was, and people. And I think too, who people who knew Ari knew what it was for and didn't give a shit, and people who weren't familiar with what Ari does, like they were setting him up. It's like this is gonna piss
Well,
everybody off.
it's because he was trending. Kobe was trending number one for days, and so anything remotely Kobe Bryant, especially from a celebrity that has pull like Ari Shafir does, this is gonna happen. And
Yeah.
it just Not saying that what he did with everybody else was right, but yeah, that. But anyway,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
Jesselnick
Sorry.
says, you know, it's the same thing when people are like, "Oh, she's so brave." It's the same thing when people say thoughts and prayers to this person, this person. What you're doing is you're saying, "Don't forget about me."
Mm,
Like that's what you're saying when you say that stuff is, "Hey, I'm still here. I need attention too."
uh,
Just by putting up the thoughts, or she's so brave. It's like, oh, that she really thinks this person. Let me like that. Like that's it. That's all there is to it.
ugh.
And I'm like, that is exactly what it is. And I knew that something about when people are saying like thoughts and prayers, just the line. I'm not saying you can't say, like when DMX, I tweeted out and said, this really sucks. Hope it makes a comeback. Love DMX.
Mm,
It's a comment.
yeah.
There's just the random thoughts and prayers. It's just like something about it bugged me, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
You don't really care
Yeah.
about that person.
Yeah.
You're just don't forget about me.
Yeah. I guess it also irritates me this worship is the best way I can think of it that people put on athletes now. I mean, because that's why everybody got so mad about when Ari did the thing about Kobe, because Kobe was so good, and so many people basically worship Kobe that as the moment people talk shit about him or pointed out the fact that he wasn't a perfect human being, everybody got so angry. And that's, I mean, and it was the same thing with Biles, like, oh my God, she's the greatest gymnast of all time. So the moment she does something that kind of just bucks the norm or bucks the trend, or everybody's like, oh my God. And they raise it to a level. There's like, she's still a person. And I mean, it doesn't warrant like the insanity and really energy that that everybody's putting behind it, whether good or bad. Like it just bothers me when people just they 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 put these especially athletes, because that really bothers me when people just put athletes like way up here, and even simple shit that they say or do or speak out about. It was like no, it was a girl who was in a bad headspace and was like, hey, if I go out there, I'm gonna fuck it up. I can't do this anymore. It's not good for me. And she walked away, which you would say anybody should do.
Yeah,
If you're in a relationship and it's fucking your head up and
yeah,
it's not doing all this, you need to walk away from that relationship.
yeah,
If you got a job and it's doing it, you got to figure out how to go somewhere. Like you, she did something that you would tell anybody else to do. So people putting it, yeah, I get it that it's the Olympics, but it's something that any normal person would tell a human to do.
yeah.
So it rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, I mean, I looked at it and said, good for her, and then I moved it on about my day,
There you go.
and that well, and I was like, I'm sure she can afford and will get the help she needs.
Yes.
And then I moved on about my day. And then when I heard, of course, on Google News or Yahoo News, it's like backlash from Simone Biles. I was like, "Ah, can we do something better with our time?"
Yeah. I think some of it too was that people. I do know Americans don't like not knowing. If she had to come out and said, "Hey, I'm not in the right headspace. I just had some bad news. I had a family member die or something like that," everybody would be like, "Oh, okay, yada yada yada." But she was like, "Look, it's fucking personal. I can't do this right now. I need to walk away." And then typical Americans like, "No, no,
I need to know
no. I need
why.
you got to give me a
You have to
specific
tell
reason,
me
and I have to
exactly
be able to
why.
accept that reason."
Yeah.
It's like, "Nah, bitch, I don't deserve. You don't need to know
She
shit."
didn't owe anybody anything.
Yes.
She's, what would you call? I mean, it's not a game. She doesn't play a game. It's like,
It's a sport.
it's a sport.
It is a sport, and she is the best at it. And this was going to be her last Olympics anyway, you know.
Yep.
And yeah, go out on your own fucking terms. Who gives a shit?
Now, I will tell you,
Mhm.
hypothetically,
Right?
if Cowboys are in the Super Bowl and Dak Prescott did that in the Super Bowl, I'd never.
I mean,
I'm kidding.
Here's the thing, though. If to be, but see, that's the fucked up mentality that we have, where it's like, I don't give a shit what's going on with you. You need to suck it up and get your ass out there, even though what may be going on with you,
Yeah, no.
even though you being out there may be detrimental to the team. I
Yeah.
still want you out there, and I'm like, nah. If if let's say Dak something happened, like let's say Dak has a wife, he has a girlfriend, she gets pregnant, she loses the baby night before the fucking Super Bowl or some shit
I
like that.
still think
I
he would play
I mean, I'm
him,
no no okay.
just knowing from, like, how he
Yes.
work out,
Oh yeah, yeah.
what he wants to
I'm
go.
sure he would
Just saying
probably
somebody if it had been
he
somebody
personally would
else.
compartmentalize and
Yeah.
go out there. But if he decided like gets devastated or something like that, 8-month-old wife loses a baby or something like that right before the Super Bowl, I he decides to not play. I get it. Like I mean, if his head can't be in there for the
Yeah.
game and he's
No,
gonna throw 4 picks
yeah.
because he's not fully there for the Super Bowl, nah. Get the backup in there. Yeah, he's not gonna be as good, but he wouldn't be as good either.
My Cowboys heart would be destroyed forever if something like that happened. It's like,
I mean,
just run the tables, go to the Super
shit.
Bowl.
That happened to
We gotta
the
pay an
Bengals.
old Brad whoever.
Hmm?
I forget who the
Oh yeah,
backup.
who knows? I mean, it was Dalton, but then
He's
yeah,
in
he's
Chicago.
yeah. I don't know who it is now. But I mean, that happened in for the Bengals. The year the Bengals played the 49ers.
The hell was that?
Um,
Back in, like, the 80s?
I think oh yeah, no, it was early 90s. It was whenever the oh man, I can't remember. I want to say it was like I want to say it was a Bengals player if I remember right. But this guy, crazy drug habit, needed to play the Super Bowl the next day and did not make the Super Bowl. Was like fucked up, didn't make the Super Bowl.
I do not remember that.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look it up later. But yeah, I mean, it was just one of those like, yeah, dude, you're cracked out in the hotel room. We don't need you to come to the Super Bowl right now. We don't need you to
Can't
suck it up and
Yeah,
yeah.
can't do that shit nowadays. It's athletes are just different. Like, you've got guys that, defensive ends that are running 4.4 40s, and it's like guys that big are not supposed to move that fast. And what was it with the Olympics? What was in it? Isn't it wasn't there a hurdle that, like, the world record got shattered 4 or 5 times in the race, in the one race? It was like first, second, third, fourth all beat the
Recently?
I think it was.
So I know last night was the 400-meter hurdle finals, and the guy destroyed the guy who won broke the world record by like 2/10 of a second, and then I think the American who came in second, he broke the world record as well. I think,
Which I
but
think he originally broke. That was his world record. It was some
I
I was
think
listening to the radio and they were
yeah, I think
talking
he was
about it.
his world record from like a year or so ago,
Yeah, yeah.
and so the other guy broke it by 2/10. He broke it, but got second.
That's the one I was thinking of. It was like 3 or 4 people broke the
I
world
think
record.
third either got really close to it or was
I
right
think
there at
3rd
it.
got it, 4th was a little behind, and even 5th place was
It
a
was a
little behind.
crazy race like
That's what
that.
I heard.
It was a really really good race. Dude, it was. You know what's real crazy? You know who broke that world record? White dude from Norway.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, white dude from Norway had like shattered the world record, man.
Genetics are changing,
I know,
man.
man. It's good to see white people winning sprints. Like I hadn't seen a good white sprinter since like Jeremy Warner. I mean, I can't think of another white dude from like, especially that's not American.
Bro, I could you imagine how boring sports in America would be if it was just white people?
Oh God,
Even hockey. Well,
basketball would be very fundamentals based.
the Mavericks would be the number one team, and just because of
Oh,
Doncic and Kristaps,
mm,
it'd be so boring.
oh yeah. But actually one other thing that has been irritating me about the Olympic coverage that I have seen
Mm,
is there's certain sports like I like watching wrestling. I like watching a lot of stuff, but it seems like if there aren't a ton of American or there's not an American that's gonna medal in it,
yeah.
they won't even fucking air it. It was
Mm.
like I couldn't
It's
find
probably because there's so much cover. Like, they have to cover so much. Because I've got it on YouTube TV, and I
uh,
set it to because Jess wanted to watch it. I set it to just record whatever. Went to it. It was like 617 saved events, and I'm like, I'm no unfollow. Like, that's too much.
yeah, I mean,
So,
but I guess
and I don't.
I wanna I mean, but there's certain sports that you can still put that
Yeah,
I think you could still.
you can go by category and say, okay, I want swimming, table tennis,
But I
whatever,
mean,
and just click them.
the 100. Did you see the 100 at all?
No.
Nobody showed the 100 because Shakira, whatever her name, didn't get it because she got popped for weed. She wasn't in the finals, and it was all Jamaicans. Jamaicans went 1, 2, 3 in the 100 meter, the women's 100 final. No coverage of that because it's like, fuck it, no Americans, we're not going to show it. And and I guarantee you, you put it out there, people are going to
People are
watch the
gonna
100.
watch it. I mean, well, isn't it all? I can't get too much in the Olympics. I like the basketball, some of the shooting comp stuff that they do.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
See, mine,
I like the track and field stuff, like the shot put, and then the
okay.
all that stuff, and because they're quick, 100 meter, 200 meter. These people that watch the
Like the 3,000.
yeah, I'm just like, why?
No. So I
Let me
could,
go pee, come back. Okay, they're not. Nope, let's go pee.
hell no. Mine, track, gymnastics, and wrestling.
They took they
And you know what? I'll watch, like, swimming isn't my go-to, but if it's on, I'll definitely watch swimming.
they don't. You can't have boxing. Or
Yeah, there's
you
boxing
can
in the
boxing?
Olympics.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
but they're all amateurs.
and it because it's
No.
headgear.
So I saw some of that's not. I think they. This is the first time I think they started going
So
without headgear.
wait, they wouldn't. So you're saying like, um,
Like Lomachenko was it? Lomachenko,
yeah.
he was in the Olympics, but as he was an amateur fighter. So the
Mhm.
moment you turn pro, you can't be in the Olympics. And so
But
there's certain
why is
guys.
it for boxing that you can't do that? But like NBA, are they not? Is it not? Is it considered differently in fighting?
Yeah, I think with fighting, it's a little different.
So you're saying like, is it the same for any mixed martial artist in the UFC couldn't get into the Olympics in like
No, because
jiu-jitsu or
once you turn pro as a fight, and it's mainly for boxing. I think there's certain
mm,
sports where you have to be an amateur
yeah,
before, and each sport has its own like commission to where
yeah,
they determine the rules on how you can come in and stuff like that. Because I
mm,
mean, wrestling, you got guys in their 20s, 30s, 20s and 30s. Some that'll wrestle and do that for
right,
years, but and will go do professional, tournaments all around the world, do make money as a wrestler.
yeah,
Um, but with boxing, I think because you can just knock dudes out and all that kind of stuff, once you go professional and you're fighting the best people in the world and doing all that stuff, you can start getting titles.
yeah.
They're like, you can stay out of the
Okay, I
Olympics.
guess it makes sense because in boxing, you're not just fighting people in America, you're fighting worldwide.
Yeah,
So you're already kind of doing
that is it.
Olympic boxing because that is the best of the best.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
where
because they're
the
not trying to
NBA,
do. Because then
yeah,
you can have the Olympics. Let's say Pacquiao tries once an Olympic medal. Now
yeah,
you got Pacquiao fighting some other person or whatever, and it's in the Olympics.
yeah.
Nobody's gonna try to pass it. Nobody wants the Olympics. Do you know how much money or like that they would make off that fight?
Oh,
You get
for
a
sure. Yeah.
you get a Pacquiao Mayweather fight in the Olympics or something like that. Nobody there's no promoter in the
Yeah,
world. I
it
mean,
makes sense.
actually, in a lot of it, you get these contracts, these professional fighters sign. That may be what it is.
It probably is.
It's like,
It's
nah, you're not
probably
gonna go in
you
there and fight with these.
you can't. Well, yeah, that's a good point. He's like, I'm not gonna let you go over there and get hurt.
Mhm.
Like, what if you
You sign these contracts
break
with these
a yeah,
promoters. It's like, no, I'm not letting you fight for somebody
right?
else, or
That makes
unless I need to
sense.
get paid if you're gonna go fight for them.
But like with basketball, it is well, Canada for Toronto, but it's the
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't until the dream team that we actually started sending like our pros over there.
yeah.
I mean, and then we dominated for like, what was it, like 5 straight Olympics? And they were like, all right, let's start sending some new, keep it to like rookie, sophomore players. We lost one, and we're like, fuck that. We'll never again started sending all our
Yeah,
best players again.
96, right? That was the dream team.
92.
Was it
It
92?
was 92, 96. No, no, no.
Or
Yeah,
was it both? Because
it was
92
both.
and 96 were like those
Actually,
teams were
I saw
stacked.
I saw a meme that was like, which team would beat which one would beat the other with the 90 could the 90 which team between the 92 dream team and the 96 dream team would win.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh my god, that would
I'd
be."
have to look back at the rosters and see who
I'd say 92 only because I don't know.
that was Jordan in his prime
Yeah, and
because
Andy had Magic as the point guard, but then you got to remember, I think Hakeem and Shaq We're on the
We're on the
96.
96. No,
And they had Jordan again.
I'm taking 96. You put Shaq in his prime with Jordan, and
And and Kareem? Not Kareem, and Hakeem?
you play Akeem at the 4
Shaq
and
at the
Shaq at the 5. Good luck.
You better have a team of Steph Currys
You're just
because
gonna
you're not getting down low at all.
No, no, and then but well, you wouldn't have because you're talking about 92, 96. It was a different era back then. Yeah, I would take 96
Or
just
then
because
you
it's.
better have a team full of birds.
But
Bird
they
could still
didn't.
play rough and hit shots.
But
And I think
was
then
Bird on the 92?
he was on the 92. I think Stockton was on the 96.
Well, see, there you go. You got the facilitator in Stockton, or you could even throw in Jason Kidd just to distribute. It's like, well, okay, I'm going to get you assists. He's going to be the Dennis Rodman of that team. Just he'll have 25 assists, 12 points, something like that.
Oh my! Hold on. Let's see.
So
Hold
could
on.
you?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay, 90.
Let's see. I'm pulling up 96. All right. Let's see. 92 Dream Team. All right. Where is it?
Here, I'll get
Selection.
you. I'll get the 96. Oh,
Here it is. So let's see. All right, we got 92. We got Leitner, Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Bird, Pippen, Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Chris Mullins, Barkley, and Magic. All right, that's the 92.
so 96 was. Oh,
We
I
got
have it.
Barkley, Penny, Grant Hill, Karl Malone, Reggie Miller, Olajuwon Shaq, Gary Payton, Scottie Pippen, Mitch Richmond, David Robinson, and John Stockton. Hold on, let's see. The shortest person is John Stockton at 6'1", and the next shortest was I didn't realize Gary Payton's 6'4". Fuck.
to be the defensive player that he was at 6'4", 190 pounds. He's 190 pounds back in 96.
Oh man, the more I look at this, man, that's a man. I I'm still good. I'm going 92.
Oh wait, Jordan wasn't on the 96.
Yeah, he was.
Did I miss it?
Oh shit, was he not on 96?
I guess not.
No, he wasn't. Wait, what? I
I
thought he was on 92.
I guess not. I get. Oh wait, was he retired in 96?
Maybe he
Is
was.
that why? Maybe that's what it was.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Then who was on the 1988?
Well, Jordan was drafted in 85, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Who was on the 1988 Olympic? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's when they got destroyed. Like Stacey Augmon, Bimbo Cole. Yeah, there was so it was 92 and 96. So I'm gonna go 92 just because it had Jordan.
Yeah, I think I'm
I
gonna.
mean, shit, you got Jordan, uh,
Johnson and Bird. Well, you put Magic
you got
and
Jordan, Magic, Barkley.
you had Barkley and Karl
Oh,
Malone. So
oh my God, David Robinson and Patrick. Yeah, yeah. I'm going 92.
all right.
I'm going 92. I mean, because here's only reason I say 92 is because as good of a defender as Gary Payton is, he's not locking up Magic.
No.
Like neither Stockton nor Gary. Like you can't they can't. Like what point guard do you got that's gonna match up with Magic?
And I think Bird was older, right? Like that
But
was
Bird could
his.
still shoot. I mean, who you got? Then you got Reggie Miller on Bird. You know, or hold on, who they
Well,
have
I'm
a
talking
small
about
or Grant
Bird
Hill?
was in 92. So
Yeah, but
I'm
then I
saying,
mean, you got
but
Scotty
you had
or
Bird
Grant
and
Hill.
Magic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
You
have
got
both
Bird,
of them.
Magic, Jordan.
So that's the thing with that.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, because Bird could hit threes all day.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, I'll
You got
take
Bird,
96.
Magic, and Jordan. Like, I mean, but here's the thing: 96 does have Shaq and Akeem. You drop them down there, you know. I mean that's but you know, like I said, you got Magic, Jordan, and Bird from the outside. Like I think everybody, the only thing that holds that I'm saying that holds this 96 team together,
Oh,
yeah,
it's Shaq and Hakeem for sure. Like
yeah.
that's
Everybody else, I'm just like, they can get it. Yeah, everybody. I mean, hey, shit, and you had Clyde Drexler on this team too. Yeah, Clyde. Yeah, so yeah,
yeah.
92
90
destroys
92,
96. I think
92
so.
for sure. So I was thinking, I don't know how to miss like when you told me you're like, yeah, My Hero Academia is back on, right? And I went,
Mhm.
what? And then so I got caught up. I was thinking, if you were to pick a character from the show that you would think best fits your personality,
My personality or my life?
well, kind of the life is hard because they're
No,
Japanese kids.
no, 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 no. I said I because I thought about this because the first one that thought I was like, you know what? I'd end up being what's the sugar dude?
You would be the sugar dude.
Dude, because I have a constant sweet tooth and I fucking love chocolate. So I was like, I would be that sugar dude where I would just eat candy and cake, and I bake all the goddamn time. So I was like, that
Okay.
would be me. I'd just get these massive insulin spikes and just punch through walls all day.
Okay. I I could give you that. He's a little goofy though. I was actually
Not
thinking,
personality wise, no, but
okay, so
the
kind
the
of
way I am, it
well,
would be
I could see, I could give
his
you. I
powers would fit
forgot.
into my life and how I
I
do.
forget what his name is.
Dude, I can't remember half those. There's way too many characters for me to remember those names.
Well, that guy. I just don't remember.
Um,
Let's see.
I don't. Uh,
I got it here.
Sugar guy,
Sure.
my hero. Yes, Sato.
Sato. Cause see, I was gonna say personality. I was kind of thinking Red Riot
Interesting.
because he's just that guy that just keeps working to get better, like on his own, and he
Yeah.
keeps training, he keeps wanting to get better, and his personality and yours are kind of the same. It's
Mm.
like he's not Bakugo and is real just yelling, and then um because I couldn't say the black dude because that would just be
Who's the one? There's a
the
black dude.
well the black he's the Black
Oh,
Raven.
the dark. Yeah. I was like, wait. There's a black guy on my hero.
I, you know how anime is. I gotta find the
Yes.
closest one. It was like, all right, we'll make that the black dude of the anime.
Oh,
Except for Fire Force, they actually have a black dude in Fire Force.
yes.
But
That doesn't look just insane.
no, I mean they always got to give him the
See, it's either dreads
yep.
or it's either dreads or a high top fade, or it's either dreads, high top fade, or they're bald. Those are really the only three anime
Yeah, they're not gonna
haircuts.
they're not gonna give waves on it. They're
Oh
not
my
gonna do
god!
that.
No, if you see an anime with a black character with waves, it was done by a black animator.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way.
Yeah, there's a reason why it looks right in Boondocks.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's so true.
so for me, I was kind of thinking, and the reason I brought this up is because I was like, unfortunately, if I'm a main character of an anime, it's My Hero because I'm Midoriya. I get hurt all the fucking time.
Uh,
I'm not good at anything. I would need something like one
uh,
or all. Is it one for all?
yeah, one for all.
Yeah, I would need something like that to be able to do
So you
anything.
would need to ingest another man's DNA to get your
Oh,
powers.
you had to say it like that.
I mean, that's what he did.
He would have to
Just
first.
close your eyes, Neil,
Well,
and just take it.
you got
Trust me.
you got to
Trust me.
remember
It'll make you stronger.
he has to want me to accept it first. I have to accept, and he has to also want to give it to me. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'm just like, haha, I got this stuff on my face. But seriously, he's always
Oh.
trying at the beginning of the show. He's always trying to do shit he shouldn't be doing and getting hurt. So that's
Just
me.
destroying his body.
Yeah, but what does he do first? He was a skinny kid. He worked out, got in incredible shape,
Mm.
then got his power,
Yeah.
and then broke his arm, and then broke
Yeah.
his arm
Broke
again,
his legs.
broke his leg,
Destroyed his
destroyed
hand.
his fingers, and I'm like, I'm fucking Deku. That's my main character. That's who I
Oh.
get.
Oh my
Fucking
goodness.
Deku. So he's cool now. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
now.
Could you imagine though? Let's say we both, who were the guys that we said we were going to be, living in dorms with those other chicks.
Oh my god, dude! How is that? That's the next season of My Hero is Uraka comes up pregnant. Uraka and Midoriya have a
Man.
pregnancy
Yeah,
scare.
they always they never in anime. It's just like, yep, she's pregnant. It's like, when the fuck did that happen? Oh, right, they don't show that stuff. It just kind of happens behind.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be like it's gonna be one of those OVA episodes. It's like, Deku, I'm late. Well, then hurry up and get to class. No, I'm not. I'm late.
Well, oh yeah. Oh shit! I hit her with the one for all. I don't know. I don't know what he would call that. I don't want
No,
to. I don't want to
that's
think
what he
about it.
calls it. It's called all for one.
No,
Or one for all. Yeah, that's what he calls his
one
dick.
for everybody.
Yep, he calls it dick one for all.
That's what I'm gonna start calling him, a dick.
One for all.
You wanna hear the nickname for my? You wanna hear the nickname for my dick? Not really. Come on, it's a good one.
Oh, as soon as you come, United States of Smash.
No, because then you get a girl be like, that's more like the Rhode Island Smash. Bitch, the fuck out. I'm done anyway. Well, again, I keep going back to the uncle. He's like, well, that ends it right there.
Oh my god.
Did I tell you the damn hot water heater went out?
It's why does shit keep breaking here? It's like every time something gets fixed, something else breaks.
Well, I thought that it was. I thought the hot water heater wasn't that old, and I was wrong. Because when the guy got here, he goes, "Dude, that thing's 14 years old." And I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, it looks nice, but it's time to replace it." So then called somebody. They're like, "Yeah, came out Sunday. I think said we can come back out Tuesday and replace it." Guy comes out. They're like, "Well, we don't know where your hot water cutoff is because these are townhomes."
Oh shit.
I have to get the HOA to give the community a 24-hour notice. They're cutting the water off for a little bit. And then somebody from the HOA community has to get with him, tell him where the hell the water cutoff is.
Oh my god. That's
So it's been this hot water heater.
So you've just been taking cold showers the past week?
No, it's what happens is that the red reset button keeps popping. It keeps popping the safety button.
Okay.
So I have to keep hitting it. Problem is sometimes it'll last for a day or two and it'll be normal temperature water. And sometimes when you turn the hot water on, it feels like Satan's piss is coming out of it. It's so fucking hot.
Okay.
I mean, it's hot. Like keeping the shower in the middle of hot and cold, and it's still scorching hot.
Oh god.
And then it pops the switch again. So we've got hot water, but it's not.
You're not trying to give yourself second-degree burns.
Or sit in a cold shower. Because next is the ACs. The ACs are old as shit. I'm trying to make it through this summer without.
You're looking at
going
like
out.
$8,000 worth of shit.
They're on the roof. Yep.
Fuck, how are they even gonna get? How do they even get it on the roof?
Yep. So I found out that a lot of AVHS. I don't know what those are. Air conditioning video H cassette tapes. I don't know what the hell they are. But somebody on what is it? Not Open Door. Nextdoor.
Yeah.
Nextdoor app was saying that because of everybody's townhome, they're on the roof, and they were like, "Does anybody know who the hell can work on these ACs?" Because apparently they passed something that most of these big companies will no longer do anything on the roof.
Oh fuck.
So,
well, I mean, it's dangerous. It's a fucking hazard. You know,
it's not. It's not in a good spot.
I mean, who?
These townhomes,
Unless there's like a walk up or a ramp or a way to like
No.
get onto
No,
the
bro.
roof. Like, who's winching this fucking thing 2 stories up to get it onto the damn roof?
apparently there's some, but talking to some people, they said it's probably going to be anywhere from 12 to 18 grand is what it's going to run.
Because they're gonna have basically reinstall a new one on the
It's two.
ground.
No.
Oh,
No,
2?
they have to put them on the roof. I have to find somebody that will do it on the roof.
They're gonna have to get like a fucking crane out here to lift it and put it.
That's why.
Then you got to pay for the goddamn. Oh fuck, dude.
So what are you doing next week?
Jesus.
You feel like lifting some ACs up onto the top of the house?
God damn, dude. Like, that's. Oh, whoever designed this place was
these were built in the 70s and they've been renovated, but on the outside, this one was when I bought it had been slightly remodeled, but they were old. They're just old homes that somebody
So hold on.
decided.
Is it so I'm assuming it's got to be still on the is it still the original AC unit?
No, there's no way.
Then
No, no, no.
how did they fix how did they get the new
Well,
one in the first time?
that's what I'm saying. This new law just passed where most or not I don't know. It's something like I guess these companies don't want to deal with it
It's a
anymore with the
liability.
liability, and so they're just not doing them anymore.
Because I mean, if I mean, you've got to first get you got to get the first one out of there and off of there. So you got to get that all
And
disconnected, get
there's
it
no
out.
telling because I've seen up there. There's no telling how much they're gonna have to rewire because it looks like somebody just did it themselves, and the wiring looks atrocious. So
Ugh.
all that's probably gonna have to get redone, and then yeah, so cool beans on that.
See, this is another reason. So houses, it just
Well,
it,
it's I
town, it just
yeah.
it all. I'm just all like, do I really want to deal with the bullshit?
Well, you buy new, you ain't got to worry about it. But this
But
place is 40
dude,
something years
just
old.
buying new is insane now at the housing market.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
material, let's say you want to have your own house built, wood has gone up by like 300% over the past year.
That's true.
So it's
What
like,
when it is good time, that's when you get it. I
dude,
just
I was listening to something today. We're not like this crazy. Like we basically don't have enough. Can't build enough new houses for the market.
yeah.
So it's looking like, and we're probably looking at a good like 10 years of just insane house prices until we finally get to the point where we have enough houses to sustain the demand.
Oh yeah, I remember it was a couple years ago. I was talking to a realtor and I don't understand the realtor lingo, but they said that they want to keep a certain percentage of open houses on the market, and it was like 80% under where it needed to be
Yeah.
as far of how much inventory was out
Oh
there.
yeah. So what ended up happening is during the recession, apparently, everybody's houses went fucking upside down and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And so nobody was trying to sell their house, and nobody was
Nope.
really trying to like make new houses. So everybody for a good like 8 years because of the recession, not a lot of people, not a lot of companies were building houses. So now that we have this huge surge in trying to in the with the interest rate being down of people wanting to get into houses
And building houses are
because
running
nobody
out of
built enough
materials.
houses for
Yeah.
8 years, now we're way fucking
Yep.
behind, and it's gonna take another 8 to 10 years to fucking catch up.
And everybody's wanting to move out of here. Austin's getting big.
Yeah, dude. Austin's getting crazy.
Hmm.
Dallas is getting nuts.
We're just building
Houston,
out.
Houston's getting
It's
even worse.
Houston, yeah.
Houston was bad already,
Houston
and
was already
traffic was
bad.
shitty to begin with, and it's just getting worse, man. Like,
It's yeah. Well, that and nowadays, as I got into my 30s, when I would kind of think about moving or a job, I thought, what is my commute going to look like? Do I have to get on 635? If I have to
fuck
get on 635,
that.
I'm not. Like here, I can take side streets all the way to work,
Yeah.
and it's a couple extra minutes, but I don't have the stress of being on the highway
You're not just stuck with all these
and
cars
some
running.
little Civic trying to cut me off, and I have road rage issues.
I just hate traffic in general.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I want to get in my car, get to the place I want to go, and I don't want anything to interrupt me, but
yep.
can't happen. Maybe that's why I don't go out much anymore. Because I'm like, no, somebody's gonna piss me off.
People have a tendency to do that.
Yeah. Well,
All right,
I guess
you
I
good?
did it without realizing. I was like, well,
Yep.
so
Well, about to start hitting the old dusty trail.
yep. So, if you'd like to help, please just hit the subscribe button. It's free. Just hit it. Hit the notification.
Get it?
We're trying to grow the show. Help us grow, and we'll see you.
Yeah. This show is a grower, not a shower. Helps
I'm
out.
I'm both, but yeah. All right.
Peace, everybody. Take it easy.
Blue suit with a blowout. If you got a body, then you better not.